Hello! Normally I do not start my Banner Saga videos out on the main screen unless it's the very beginning. However, we've run into a small problem. So, when recording the last one, apparently something went wrong because I don't have anything recorded. So I have me traveling all to chapter 10, getting through that, going through with Alette, and nothing to show how I got there. And sadly, the furthest back it goes is the very beginning of that chapter, so it doesn't show what happened to Bolverk and his party before that. So what I'm going to have to do is go back to day 18, Iron, the Godstone, the Winter Bird. And before I get too much further, I'm going to make sure that this is still recording and doesn't screw me over again. Yes, it is recording. Good. So it brings me right back to here. Think the ghost of this dead bird has forgiven you for that wing yet? Spar asks. The other ravens, including Folka, look from the broken stone to you in shock. Aye, the old man says. We were here nearly 40 years ago. Same spot as now. Only a dozen of us left to the unkindness then. Better men by twice than all of you. There's rumblings, but the ravens keep listening. We'd run a job for a man. Fainer, more like, he says, spitting at the memory. He set us up to take the fall for some of his other deals gone bad. We got surrounded here, and this bear of a varl loses his mind, grabs a tree, a whole tree, and starts swinging. Spar starts coughing, but recovers. Nearly killed us all, but old Iron took a hit like no other. And there you have it. The excited ravens start asking you questions, but Spar is all too happy to answer. Study the bird-shaped stone, because that gets me the item. Iron, the god known as the Winter Bird, stands proudly on an eternal perch of snow and ice. Stories of seasons past, of hunting, Rodomir across the summer skies, of creating blizzards while flapping its wings to land in winter, cover the outstretched wings. While walking around the stone, your foot thumps on something hollow. You clear away some ice and find a wooden box, probably left as some token of faith to a dead god. Leaving anything behind for the dead is a waste, you say, immediately prying open the box and pocketing the small item within. I'm hoping that, yep, pipe plant, same plant. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, this will have it so that I haven't completed the training mission that I did off-screen before. I think. I'll have to check. I'm pretty sure that I got that well after this. I'm going to be trying to do the exact same things I did before, so even if that was a mistake, I'm gonna do it. Cold creeps under cloaks and forces the ravens to huddle together as wind whips around you. Snow begins to blot out the Wormscale Mountains in the distance, and you're forced to call an early camp. Rising from your sleep, you begin pacing, occasionally drumming your finger on the top of the large cart. A motion in camp draws your attention. Walking towards it, you hear groans and see Folka's shield rising and falling erratically among some furs. Humans, you snort. But the shield flips away, revealing a dredge grunt staring at you. Stepping back, you bump into another dredge. Looking around, the entire raven camp is a swarm of stone-armored bodies desperately reaching for you. When your axes lash out through nothing, you realize you were dreaming. An unexpected sadness swells in you, like you've let everyone down. A few of your ravens are watching you, smirking, but your growl makes them look away. You decide to walk the perimeter alone, while everyone else slowly awakens. I just have to remember everything I did. I think I did the training mission here. Yep. What can you show me? Let's see if I can do this in one shot, without screwing up this time. If so, I mean, the second one's really easy if I can pull it off. Ugh. This isn't a good setup. I actually want him back first. Because I want the archers is what I want. I want them weakened. It's for 11. Oof, if I can get him in there. Who moves? That one. I don't care about that one. And your turn, you're going to come up and shoot someone. Ooh, the pain. Yeah, you move next in that. I want you to move up. I don't want you to get in his range. Wait. Yeah, you come over and smash him. If I can get him around so that those two are in range. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. That's the one that moves next. Her. Insult. Probably not going to help me get this, as I hope, but... Oh, wow. Deflected. Well, let's try and beat through this guy. Actually... Okay, this might work. As long as... Okay, so he's got 10. That'll be just enough to kill her. Not enough to kill him, though. So if I move her over here... and ding him... I might be able to pull this off still. Jerk. Okay, he moves. I don't care. Bulwark moves. 8 and 7. Yes! Down you go. Yes! Ting. Oh, deflected. Champion. Now they're aiming for her. Yes! Well, that was a lot easier than the first time. Helps actually remembering some of these things and what I'm supposed to do. Yay, 14. Alrighty. Well, that was the training mission. Now that I have it and did it correctly. Do I still want to promote him like I did before? Just so he can get that? Having the extra attack would be nice. And buffing his armor if I decide to do it twice. Yeah. Whips himself into a fury, terrifying nearby enemies and sending them fleeing in disarray. Affected enemies are so shaken they suffer a penalty to their defense for 1 turn. The Berserker also counterattacks any blows from enemies brave enough to strike him. Well, it doesn't give me a choice, so yeah, we'll take that. Do 2 there. Promote him again. 2 there. And we'll focus on his other stuff later. Alrighty, so let's continue on. And I may regret that later, because I did see a few spoilerish things, so... I might want to just not buff him anymore. Around to hear you yelling, a harsh voice reaches your ear, followed by the laughter of several others. Your abrupt halt alerts Folka, who immediately signals... Yep, this part. Over the next rise, a group of 10 haggard fighters and a few varls surround a half-dozen peasants in a broken wagon. A woman spots you and shouts, "Help us!" But a punch to the stomach drops her in the snow. The fighters turn, ready to fight. Charge. I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. The man's confidence melts away, and he and all his fighters flee from your assault. You give chase for a time, but soon return to the wagon and peasants. Thank you, the woman who was punched earlier says. I'm Sefa. I know you don't want us around, but if you're heading towards Bindal, we'll follow your path. Last time, I think I said fine, but your food is ours. So we'll go with that. Payment for saving you, you say? Yeah, it doesn't actually have a whole lot. Continuing on. A couple of Raven scouts take off to check out the cluster of tents ahead. Refugees from Ormsdalr, one of them says upon returning. They've got a sizable camp and seem disciplined. They know we're here, the scout adds. No sense in trying to avoid them. You take the lead and approach the refugees. Ah, yes. Bach. Hooded man with red spear. My name is Bach, and this is Lofen, your bulwark of the ravens, and... Is this your wife? You were confused as much by his question as by the fact that no one is with this man. What do you want, Bach? Direct? Then I'll be direct too. I'm leading this large group of trained fighters and tradesmen from Ormsdaler. We're looking for a new home. We've done what it takes to survive out here, but they're starting to lose faith in me. You want us to reinforce your control? No! I want you to take over. Lead us someplace we can live. Lofen and I weren't meant for keeping others alive. We're heading past Bindal, but we'll take you there. Bach kisses the metal of his spear and smiles. You have my thanks. Oh, Lofen thanks you as well. Yep, just gonna do it exactly as I did before. Which means coming up on an ambush here. Which I'm pretty sure the ambush was where I ended it last time. The unyielding snowfall is proving too much for the humans, who now vainly attempt to follow your large footprints. In truth, the sky and your surroundings lack enough contrast to know where you're going, and it's cold. Trees over here, Folka manages to say, motioning with her spear. The foliage blocks some of the wind, but does nothing for visibility. With no other options, you burrow into the snow, cloaked in your bear fur. And then we have this nice nightmare that I'm still wondering about.
Darkness. Lightning. Someone pulling in the energy. Painful.
I'll need to compare and see if that's actually Bolverk speaking. Verk, wake up, you damn bear! You're being robbed! You roar and shake off the foot of snow covering you, the uncleared dream still vivid in your mind. Bach uses his spear, Lofen to point east. Those clansmen you saved, they killed your guards and they're taking everything! Folka is by your side in seconds, followed by the spearmen. You sprint along the snowy path of the stolen supplies, straight into an ambush by the bandits originally harassing the clansmen. Sepha turns and smirks. And now, I will kill you yet again, woman. And if I'm not mistaken, it jumps. Still from the Ravens, you must have a death wish. Yep, right into battle. You get no time to react. Sepha fires her ability off. Let's see now. You do not move next. So we'll take your armor. And then we'll kill you. Stab. I'm actually going to try and use these guys a little bit more. Break his armor! Oh, she ain't going to do it very well. I can at least use these guys to drop them a little bit, make them a little more manageable. Oh, well planned. I did not expect that. Well done. I could have Bolverk do that, but he would also definitely hit her. Wait, call the weak. Call the weak. Grants an extra turn. He's only got 6. I can just use call the weak as normal. Boom! And I can avoid... Yes! Haha! Using abilities. And you're dropping in... Nope, nope. You're killing him. What a dick. And you're going to shoot him too. You're going to attempt to shoot him and fail. Backbiter ability. Ooh, nice. Deflected. I'm actually going to have you go after her. Blow the 2. actually. Round 2. Okay, you're using that stupid ability of yours again. I'm gonna leave him to Bulwark. I'm coming for you. Down you go. Slowly break them down. And you have fallen. But hey, he served his purpose. Oh, that's where it was. Well, darn you. You will not live to regret that. Nor shall you. Trudging through the snow. Oh, look at that. Goodbye. Hey, and this time, I didn't have any of my main people injured, just the people they gave me. Bach and Bulwark are ready for promotion. 14 renowned. Yeah, the only people that got injured were the little peons they gave me. Sepho's wounds are great, and she whimpers in the snow. You nod to Folka, who dispatches the bandit archer with haste. This is what helping folks gets you, you war. Grab all these supplies and bring them back to camp. You tell the ravens after hoisting a barrel on each shoulder. Yep, and I gained 10 renown for that. Yeah. Okay. And I think that I did the second training as well. So let's take a look at what that one is. If I remember correctly, it's the one where you have to use Spar and his ability. Specifically, you have to keep Bulwark from... Yep. Oh, and they made it even easier this time. He has to land 3 hits, have to use Insult on Bulwark, and you have to make it so he doesn't even get a turn. So the very first thing, boom, and goes to the end of the initiative line. That is actually a really useful ability now that I think about it. Blink. Go for his armor. Go for his armor. And then Spar repeats. Think. Yep. Keep it coming. Now I just have to hope that Axe Storm hits 3 times. And that I'm able to kill Bulwark very quickly. Yep, you're gonna swing at him. Oh, nice. Insult. Move to the end of the line again. Take your shot, deflect it off. Alrighty. Axe Storm. Go! 1. Oh, crap! I didn't realize that... I didn't realize I'd lowered his armor enough that it wouldn't get a 3rd shot. Oh, that's funny. You are going to use Champion for now. I'm going to have you wait. Yep. She blocked some of that. Oh, I can't do it that close? Yep, okay. So, move over here, and then do it. 1, 2... Ah, dang it! Yes, I noticed the second actually inflicted. How observant of you. He's only got one more. Champion again. Yep. Stab him. While you're sitting here, just stab him. Dodged. Give him that. Let's see if you can hit them. 1, 2. Yes! 3. Oh, jeez. That's funny. That's funny. The battle was concluded, but he kept throwing. And he killed the archer. What, he hit like 5 times? 6? Okay. Oh, that was entertaining. That was far more entertaining than it should have been. Okay. Continuing on. Continuing on. I don't plan on ending this video until I get beyond the point that the other video was at, which means I've got some time to make up. Luckily, a lot of it I think was just talking, so.
The miners of Bindal are a rough crowd. Not a bad place to recruit new blades.
Old Wanderer finds his way up next to you. Can't see a damn thing in this mess. Guess old Iron hasn't forgiven you yet at all. Don't remember there being much to see. Way things are going, might not be much of anything left to see before long, Spar says. End of the world or not, I'll be dead soon, but you might come to miss these mountains and mines. A grunt is your response as you both try to make out shapes in the distance. Again, that's the option I picked last time I played through this area, so trying to stick to that. Oh, the people outside have been dull. All of these people are looking for food and a home. Yeah, because I've got Bach and his party with me, who are also looking for that. And I'm looking for ale. Is that so much to ask for? Yes. Yes, it is, Ollie. You are not allowed any ale. No drinking. Lots of guards. I bet that scout tower already sent word of us being here. I love how Bulwark comes up, what, that's about a third of that door? Yeah, about a third of that door. The snowstorm is worse than ever as you arrive at the walls of the mining town of Bindal. The gates are closed and you beat a fist against them. Open the fane gates, you shout. From the wall, 2 menders look down on you, then recede. Soon the gates open enough for half a dozen well-trained guards to greet you. Their one-eyed captain points and says, "Just you." Volka steps to your side. "Not alone," she says. "Get back with the others." If she is embarrassed, she doesn't show it, though her voice sounds more harsh as she returns to the other ravens and barks orders. Yeah, I figured it best to acquiesce to their request. Inside the small gatehouse are the 2 menders from the wall, a woman with a fancy spear and a cub of a man holding a staff. Volka Zephyr, is it the Raven Banner? So it seems, but why here? Why now? Just passing through on our way to the Blue River, but this blasted storm caught us. Planned to come back this way afterwards for more work, but now we need some food and a place to hole up. We brought some people with us. They need a new home. I'm sure it felt like the right thing to do, but we're already beyond our capacity here. Are you Bulwark? Bulwark Bloodaxe? Hold your tongue, Nichols, or I'll cut it out. Nichols' face falls. The older mender places a hand on the young man's shoulder. Are you in charge here? Where is the governor? The governor left for Arbering a while back with most of the fighters to settle a dispute. The Mender Council sent me to bring the people of Bindal west, as we've heard too many rumors of Dredge.
More than rumors. We were in Borsgard. Saw Bellower.
The immortal Sunda! How did you escape?
Immortal was a joke. He's dead.
Nichols' eyes go wide in awe, but Zephyr looks pensive. What about the great rift that opened between Borsgard and Ormsdaler?
We managed.
Zephyr looks like she wants to press you for more information.
Enough. Open the gates for my ravens.
Mercenaries will only panic the people. With everyone from Ormsdaler, it's all I can do to keep them from stampeding like wild yaks.
Fine. We'll camp against the leeward walls.
Thank you. You'll have all the assistance with your shelter Avalka and her assistants can give you.
Talk to your people. It was one of your kind that sent us this direction.
I'm not aware of another Valka being out this direction. Who has tasked you?
Juno.
Zephyr steps back at the name and studies your face for a moment. Nichols, you and the guards see what you can do outside the walls for the people. The young mender nods respectfully to Zephyr and glances at you, disappointment in his eyes, before leading the guards through the gate. I invite you alone to stay within our walls and enjoy the comforts of a commander.
And separate me from my ravens? No.
Suit yourself, but your mistrust is unnecessary.
Maybe, but I shouldn't have to tell you about my job from your superior just to get an invitation.
My superior? No, you misunderstand. You have no job. The Valka known as Juno is dead. Which was when I had the aha moment playing through the first time, where I realized that while she may be lying, always a chance that something weird like that's going on, Juno herself has not physically done anything. Yes, she took Rook to one of the monuments to get the silver, but she never touched any of that really. And when she did the prep for the arrow, well, I mean, I need to go back and see if she actually did that, or if Avent did. The once energetic Mender approaches, looking both worn and troubled. I'm not sure I thanked you for the time to recover. I've never woven a spell that strong before. Are you sure you should be ready to move on? You look...
I know. I caught my reflection earlier. It's a more mature look.
The Mender grins, and a hint of his former youth shines through.
Not everyone would have stopped for so long, especially with the ground rumbling like it has.
And I think this one was an option that I accidentally double-clicked. Because... we're all people in need of help, so your floating bridge costs a lot of lives. You know what's causing the ground shake. We'll get there no matter how long.
I'm glad you feel that way, but crumbling mountains and chasms might be a sign to move faster than slower.
Oh, I thought since you could get us over chasms, you'd just knock falling mountains out of our way. He smiles again.
Have you given any more thought to my offer? I think some mending could really benefit you.
You consider his offer. It might help someday.
I think so too, and you already know more than you think.
I doubt it will take me long to teach you the basics, but you'll have to practice as we go. I'm placing some patterns on your bow. Trace them with your thumb at all times. Practice. Memorize them. Understanding will occur later. And I don't know if I just cursed her or not. Alright, so back on track where I was before. Game trail, one of the few gathered hunters says, looking at a beaten path of grass. No telling what we might find down it, but it'll fill stomachs. This didn't happen last time. This didn't happen at all last time. So, let the hunters hunt. A strong part of you yearns to join them, but there are other tasks to attend to, including discussions with Hakon about the roles of Varl and humans in the caravan. 2 hours later, you hear the hunters returned with a decent-sized boar. One hunter was also injured, but will recover. More supplies. Yeah, that didn't happen in the unrecorded footage. This part did. Easy, boy, a clansman shouts as a Yux cart nearly topples to one side. The tamped path of the East Way Road has steadily turned into a cracked shamble. Looking ahead, it only gets worse. Various chasms gape like open mouths. You glance back to Ivan, who looks at you and shakes his head. The entire caravan comes to a halt. Yep.
We'll be eating our belts before finding our way across this broken road, especially with this many. And there's no telling how far we'd have to backtrack to head north.
Then we'll head south across the Ormsa riverbed. We can head towards Grundar and on west. Trygve peers around Hakon's elbow before coming fully into view. Heading south is questionable. Those people. Why do you say that? Maybe I spent a lifetime there. Plenty of things to eat under logs, but there's also people in the bogs. His eyes go wide. The Skald should hear my rhyme. But what's wrong with heading south? Different ways of living. Old ways. Stick to the mud, and the cragsmen are less bothersome. Oh, So again, this was a section I played through on the recording before, and he gives me a very clear statement that I missed. But I'm going to do exactly what I did last time, so that means I'm going to make that mistake again. I think he's talking about the boggers, the rough, backward people of Svortsbog. Trygve frowns at Ivar. Words like that can find you swollen, filled with poison. He puffs out his cheeks and stares at Ivar.
This is why Varl tend to keep to themselves. Each human is crazy in their own way.
Trygve hunches over with laughter until he suddenly stops, sniffs the air, and marches away.
Strange, but it's a fair warning. We're crossing over into lands most of us have never seen. Just because we left those dredge behind, it doesn't mean we won't have more wars ahead of us. If we had more supplies, I'd say we should stop for a few days and train some of these clansmen to fight. You consider your options. Let us camp. We'll consider training clansmen later.
Trygve gives me a very clear warning that I missed entirely. Talk to Ludin. Try and do things as much the same as possible. The prince is acting even more standoffish than usual. You and Ivar have caught him staring ahead and twisting the ring on his finger over and over. Yrsa quietly stands nearby. Glad to be heading home? Ludin turns to the two of you and offers a polite smile. Even after that chasm, would it surprise you if I said no? Thought you hated being away from Aberang. Life on the trail hasn't won me over, but it's not all bad. It's even possible that I've learned a few things about leading people while out here. You, Ivar, and Yrsa are stunned to hear the prince talk this way. I've grown up in comfort and trained with scholars and fighters. I've never known anything else.
Saying stuff like that won't make you any friends in this caravan.
But that's just it. Among these clansmen, I've seen the differences. I think I understand them a bit more. And what do you plan to do with this understanding? If we make it to Aberang without being slaughtered by dredge, when we make it, I'll talk to the king about my ideas for sharing information. Advisors learning from craftsmen, craftsmen learning from advisors. You've never seen the prince this animated, but then his face falls. I just don't think the king will appreciate my knowledge. Yrsa will agree, my father's not what you call open-minded. The king is a hard man. He has to be. But his son is his weakness. Can you tell me about King Minoff? I suppose, but there's not much to him. He's king. He draws a hard line on nearly every topic. Talking to him is much like being told what to do. In fact, it's exactly that. I used to think the same thing about my father, sometimes. This isn't about being his son. You'll see.
Kings usually have to make tough decisions and stick with them. Maybe someday you'll see why.
I know. I just don't think he'll care for my idea on treating with commoners. What would you like to be called? We're all people, Prince. Even you. You have a charming way of humbling me. Yrsa rolls her eyes. I would love if they actually got the sprite to do that. Just keep an open mind about your father the way you'd like him to have toward your ideas. That's something I've never considered before. I'll think on it. As Prince Ludin and Yrsa walk away, you feel Ivar watching you. What?
When did you become so full of sage advice?
Since I started listening to you.
Gods, don't start making that mistake.
The two of you share a smile before moving on. Gotta love it. Alrighty. So, if I remember correctly, I've got people that are injured for 2. And last time I rested 2 days. Yep. Rested 2 days to get Ivar back up and running. So we will do exactly the same thing. Rest. Oh. And then we'll go do the training for her. What can you show me? I want to say this was the really easy one. That you basically just bulls rush somebody into the, Yep, this is the one. Yep. Basically, I use his ability to knock someone through her ability. He will automatically be stopped and take damage. Move forward, all ye bearded men. There's so many of them. Ah, still not him. Oh, good. So you'll rest. Everyone else does their movements. Can you actually drop that behind him from there? No, you cannot. So, whoop. No. Move up here. Ah, crap. Place him there. Ivor should be able to get to this side if we can do this still. Yep. And then, battering ram. Boom. And he gets stopped there and takes 2 hits. Jeez. Okay, didn't realize that was quite that effective. And 16 renowned. Yay! And then I'm going to promote Ivor. Put him up there. And I promoted him twice before, because he has so much. And I went with Forge Ahead last time. But actually, because of the events of the other one, the other recording that I no longer have, I'm actually going to take Tempest. Because that proved to be very useful. Confirm, promote again. Boom. And I think... Oops. No. I know I didn't want him going with Artery Strike. There was one... what was it that I chose for him? I don't remember. Let's see. Oh, he doesn't... Oh, it won't show me because it won't give me the options on that. There was one... It had a chance... That's the one, yes. Tighten the straps. And I want to say I promoted him... Yeah, I promoted him one more time so that I could actually max that out. And just go boom, boom. Done. Yep, I still like that idea. I like the idea of him just having a chance to regen armor. That's a good thing. Alright, so now let us continue on, as I did before, and hopefully I'll get through this next section quickly. And it starts to rain right about... Ah, it was too soon. Scout runs up to you. There's a woman tied... This is new! Got 4 guards watching her. The strange news draws a good deal of attention to the caravan. Ah, this game and everything being different. The bound woman is ranting and spitting at the 4 guards when you arrive and ask, what's going on here? This here's a witch, one guard says, plaguing our clan, making everyone really sick. But we got her and brought her way out here. The others nod. She'd be tied here for 5 days without food or water, then cut loose. Been 3 days so far. But she'll die on her own after that long with nothing to eat. Well, that's not on us, the guard responds. But if you want to set her free, we'd be bigger fools than you to get in your way. How do you know she's a witch? Everyone looks at the woman who is grinning a toothless grin. She scratches on the tree bark and calls out the dead gods one by one. If that's not enough, the guard says. She was seen squeezing mistletoe berries into water troughs. Think I heard that makes you sick. The other guards bob their head in agreement. That still doesn't scream witch. Yrsa? Yrsa smiles and saunters toward the tied woman. She says a few quiet words to the prisoner and looks her over before returning. Jeez. My suggestion, burn her and the tree to the ground. Wow. I don't like it, but this isn't our concern. We don't like it either, the guard says, but thanks for leaving us to it. As the caravan rolls by, the woman screams curses and hexes, leaving most feeling sorry for her or scared. Well, if Yrsa's recommendation was to
burn her. I'm gonna trust her judgment on that one. Once you cross the Omsa riverbed, the wind ceases to cut through the humid air. The darkening sky lets loose its rain, then soon fat drops of water turn the dirt path to sucking mud, slowing the caravan. Folks are pulled overhead, and children and animals are wrangled near the carts. Yeah, there's different stuff that it gave me, because last time it gave me... I think I had people join me. Yeah, I was able to get a few extra clansmen. I was hoping to avoid visiting this part of the kingdom for at least a few more years, Prince Ludin says. At least others have had the sense to abandon this cesspool. As arrogant as he sounds, he's right. There are very few signs of life around you, yet you still feel like you're being watched. The lowing of the usually quiet yokes indicates the beast's difficulty pulling the carts. You're up to your knees in it when a scout comes to you. Found some stone markers that led us to a few paths of solid ground over there. He points while shouting over the oxen. For the ox. Uneven and bumpy, but easier than this. Stone markers? Yeah, the man says. Don't look natural. Don't look like much of anything else either. Just some stones marking a path through this place is all I can figure. You would ask Trigby, but he's nowhere around. Probably out gathering mushrooms. And here's where I made my mistake before. We'll make it again. Lead the way. Caravan changes course slowly, but you soon see the low stone markers, some with sticks tied around them. The caravan picks up speed over the lumps of packed ground until a child screams. You rush back to see the boy being pulled out of a hole in one of the mounds you crossed. Inside you see blackened, wrapped bodies buried only inches beneath the bog. You're walking across a burial ground! Get everyone moving, Ivor says. There's a chance we make it out of here without anyone knowing we're here. You start urging everyone on, but feel Rugo watching you. And on the other side... the bog people. And they're not happy. They're all around us, shouts a man near the edge of the caravan, and we're stuck in this mud! Cragsmen have encircled you. Their leader steps forth and shouts, There's no price but blood for crossing through the land of our dead! Shouts ring out. They're preparing to attack. I did the thing of sending Trigby to parley before. I'm just going to say form a perimeter now. You shout orders, and fighters and Varl form up as quick as they can. Unfortunately, the Cragsmen move through the mud without hindrance, and some lives are lost before your army is even ready. There are more of them than trained fighters with you, but smart tactics could win the fight. Many of your clansmen will die unless you are victorious. Everyone stares as the whole bog seems to move with the approaching Cragsmen. No one comes to you with any clever plans. You look down your lines and silently wish all of your fighters and vile courage and strength. Courage, not curlage. Okay. So last time I took Mogir. I think I'm going to just take Ludin and Trigby this time. And move you guys up in the order. Put the archers in the back. And if it sets up like it did before, we will see. Ooh, 2 bears this time, not just 1. I got 2 bears. Da bears. Well, I'm going to do what I did last time and take out the bears. Actually, I wonder, because the bear's thick hide absorbs all strength damage until armor is depleted, same as the Shield Maiden. Divides damage between strength and armor on up to 3 adjacent targets. Ooh. Let's see if this... Yes, it did. Awesome. Cool. I like that. Oh, you. Ow. You move up and gack that bear. Bye-bye. Ow. Hag Hurler. Venom. Bam. Okay, bear moves quickly. Trigby, move over here. And break. Oh wow, you really moved. And aimed for Trigby. But. Okay, you die now. And Trigby's probably gonna get dropped right here. Yep. And I'll just drop you right now. Bam. Ow.
That was rude. Back on. We'll give you that. Sunder. Uh-oh. Oh! Yep, da bear. Tempest. Stab bear. Kill bear. And now it's just you. Yep. Well placed arrow. Not gonna save you from Ivor though. Howdy. 32 plans for 33 morale. Morale improved. And Oddlife and Trigby are injured. Yep. Which I think was fairly similar to what I had before, actually. No, wait, Alette also got injured last time because I didn't have Luden. Alrighty. Yes, I know, people in the camp are injured. I love how it constantly reminds you of your failures. Alrighty. So, as of right now, we're at the 47-minute mark. This catches us up to where I was before, with a few minor changes here and there, being that there were some encounters I didn't get last time. And I didn't get some of those the encounters I got last time. There was supposed to be a group of villagers going by that I randomly were like, oh, cool, yeah, join us. I have 0 fighters now. Jeebus. That'll be fun. Alrighty, well, that catches us up to where we were before. I do apologize for this longer video. I did have to get us back to this point, and I did have issues with trying to get back to that, as I showed in the beginning. Hopefully there will be no more issues like that in the future. But thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoy, and I will see you next time.